Right, it's time now for Focus. Today we're looking at the food waste situation here in France, a few months after France became the first country to ban supermarkets from throwing away unsold food. They must donate unwanted food to charities and food banks, but fines aren't applicable yet. France wastes 7 million tonnes of food annually. Our colleagues at France 2 made this report, voiced by France 24's Emerald Maxwell.
It's an everyday gesture, but for French supermarkets, throwing away food should be a thing of the past. It's been a year since France's Environment Minister Ségolène Royal went to war with food waste. Out of that would come a law obliging supermarkets to donate to charitable organisations. So where are we now? Are these kind of practices over? To find out, we joined a group of activists.
Et quand on entend une voiture qui arrive, on se cache, quoi. Sésame.
Like an anti-waste commando, Max breaks into supermarket bins at night. Inside, the activists find all sorts of things.
Et on a des pains au lait.
Là, tu vois, j'ai des pizzas, du jambon, j'ai du petit taboulé.
Some food has passed its use-by date, but over a third is still edible.
Là, c'est du poulet périmé du 14 d'aujourd'hui. Donc elle est bonne. Il est du... il est pas périmé, il est du 13 novembre, donc on sait pas trop pourquoi il est là.
25 minutes later, they leave. Their bags full.
Waouh, là on est à peu près à 200 kilos pour un seul supermarché, donc c'est une bonne moyenne.
According to these activists, nothing has changed. Across France, safe and edible food is still being thrown away. To draw attention to the problem, the next day they redistribute the food to passers-by.
Une tranche de jambon offerte, la deuxième elle est gratuite. C'est notre slogan.
This was supposed to be given away rather than thrown. I don't know if the law has passed, but that was the idea. But I see that they're throwing away as much as ever.
Does that shock you?
Well, of course.
So what does the law say? In fact, supermarkets have until February 2017 to stop throwing away food goods. Thereafter, they could face a fine of €2,750. Stores must donate to charities first, then for food that's more damaged, to animals, or to upgrade plants to turn into energy. It's a great idea, but one they're struggling to apply in the supermarket. Every day before opening, employees remove food from the shelves.
These expired yesterday, so we can't sell them today.
Expired, or just a bit damaged.
Elle est flétrie, la fin n'est pas jolie, on ne peut pas la vendre. Voilà.
All end up in the bin. That's €75,000 a year worth of losses, and a lot of guilty consciences.
Every day it's the same, we throw stuff away.
Does it bother you?
Well, yes, it does.
The store manager would like to donate. He contacted various local charities. The problem is, they don't have the resources to fulfill his request.
The charities can't come by the shop every day to collect, and I need to get rid of products every day. I haven't been able to find an organization with a solution.
But now, intermediaries have emerged to help supermarkets. In this store, food removed from shelves is given to this driver.
Donc aujourd'hui, tu as 18 caisses en sec, 7 en frais. Voilà, je t'amène ça.
Instead of the bin, the food will go in this refrigerated truck, and then onto charities. Organisations that more often than not don't have the right means of transport.
Even when we're giving away, we must be able to ensure the products we provide are in a sanitary condition.
This is how the store donates 85 tonnes of food per year. They may pay for the service, but it's still a viable solution. The shop recovers 60% of the value of the donated food in tax back. It's help that charities welcome too. This food bank has seen donations increase by 10% this year, an influx that is presenting new challenges for these organisations.
There are 5,000 food bank volunteers in France, but to do a good job, we need almost 1,000 more.
So there are shortages now.
Yes, it's a huge challenge.
Today, only 1 in 10 of unsold food products is donated. Supermarkets continue to produce nearly 1.5 million tonnes of food waste.
Now, for more on this, I'm joined in the studio by Jean Moreau. He's the head of Phoenix, which helps businesses reduce their food waste. Hello, thank you very much for coming in.
No.
Let's start with supermarkets, because it's the subject of our report. They, of course, are not the only culprits of food waste. We'll go on to talk about households later. Do you expect many more supermarkets to start complying with the law once fines are applicable?
Exactly, that's the point, because the law is not applicable yet, so we need to wait until February 2017 to make it a reality. So from now on, the law created an atmosphere, an environment, but there are no real fines, as you said, so it hasn't a huge impact so far. But
it's too soon then to see really what's going on.
Yeah.
But we've heard there was one supermarket manager who said that it's all very well having the law, but then there are charities. He says he would have food to give away every day, but charities don't have the means to come and get the food. So what can be done about that particular issue?
Yeah, that was the point of creating Phoenix, to be the go-between between retailers and charities, because they don't speak the same language and they don't have logistics. So that's our job every day. We help retailers give a second life to their surpluses and to their unsold products. So we make the connection between the donators and the receivers, the food banks, etc. That's our job.
Okay, so even if it's too soon to see how the law's being applied, we'll have to wait till next year. Well, I imagine your reaction was still quite positive, and France is unique in this situation. Do you think that we might see the law applied Europe-wide or worldwide?
Yeah, you're right. France was like a pioneer in Europe, quite visionary. And then we can see that inspires other countries like Italy. And yesterday, Romania passed a similar law against food waste also. So it's it's the beginning of a large move at the European level. So we can expect more laws to come in the coming months.
One area where France hasn't been a pioneer is doggy bags, and that's of course when you take what's left on your plate home with you from the restaurant. That was only introduced recently here in France. What do you make of that development?
It's a good solution to fight food waste at the consumer level. So we could imagine, like for example, because we work in what we call the quality restoration, so the big restaurants of firms, and we could imagine like a mobile application which declares all the rest of the meal, and then you can reserve it, and you can book them and collect them when you leave the office in a doggy bag, and then feed your children with. So yeah, I mean the digital solutions and the traditional solutions such as doggy bag can go together and work together. Yeah.
So we've covered supermarkets, restaurants. What about household waste, and what percentage does that make up here in France?
It makes up around 40% of the food waste. That's the main volume. The main part of the volume is at the household level. So you have a lot of job has to be done on the
raising awareness?
Yeah, raising awareness. That's exactly the point. Raising awareness, communicating about against food waste. When you go on weekend or when you go on holidays and you leave your fridge full of expiry dates, which are coming very very soon. So that's the main part of the food waste in France. So.
What about education? I mean, shouldn't this start at school with children?
Yeah, that's also an area where we can imagine solutions because it starts very early, and so yeah, we could do this. And
do you think overconsumption generally is an issue and something that our society needs to tackle?
Yeah, overconsumption is an issue, and we need to review our way to produce also, because we were in a system called linear economy, where you produce, then you consume, and then you throw away. And now we are moving to what we call the circular economy, where there is no more waste, and the waste of some industrial players are the raw materials of other industrial players. So that's why we work, and that's what we want to promote, circular economy.
Some progress then in the area.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. We'll have to leave
You're
it there. Jean Moreau from Phoenix, thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching. Quick break. I'll be back with a full news roundup in a few minutes.